everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you would like, and today I will be announcing the book club picks for the Honeybee Society for the first half of 2026, and I'm so excited to be making this video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Honeybee Society book club is my book club that I started in 2025. We focus on dark academia books and read one every 2 months, so there will theoretically be 6 picks every year. We started in the fall, so we've only had 2 for 2025, but I do a vlog for each pick dedicated just to that book so that you can get my full spoilery thoughts on them. I also have a Discord that you can join to do a larger discussion if you so desire. I will leave a link to the original announcement video and that Discord server down in the description. I guess while I'm at it, I might as well find links to the 2 vlogs that we've done already for the book club picks. So our first pick for September and October was The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and our pick for November and December was The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Now those, I feel, were very safe first picks. I mean, we had to do The Secret History first because it is kind of the origin of the dark academia genre, aesthetic, vibe, whatever you want to call it. And then The Maidens just kind of fits in that similar niche that The Secret History does. But I am excited to branch out and explore some new things in 2026. So let's just talk about the 3 books that I've picked for us to read in the first half of the year. So the first book, the one that we'll be reading for January and February, I genuinely could not be more excited to read this book. It is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. I have been wanting to read this book pretty much since it came out, but I've also been intimidated by it because it sounds so interesting, so I have been putting it off. But I am putting it off no longer. I will be reading it, and hopefully you guys will want to read it with me, but I am going to read the blurb for you so that you get a little bit of an idea of what this is about. So the blurb says, "An orphan since the age of 4, Sayana has always had more to prove than her fellow students. For 20 years, she has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by a mad desire to achieve the impossible, to be the first woman ever admitted to the High Magistry. When she finally claws her way up the ranks to become a High Mage, however, she finds that her challenges have just begun. Her new colleagues will stop at nothing to let her know she is unwelcome, beginning with giving her a janitor instead of a qualified lab assistant. What neither Sayana nor her peers realize is that her taciturn assistant was once more than a janitor. Before he mopped floors for the mages, Tommel was a nomadic hunter from beyond Tyrion's magical barrier. 10 years have passed since he survived the most perilous crossing that killed his family, but working for a high mage, he sees the opportunity to finally understand the forces that decimated his tribe, drove him from his homeland, and kept the Tyrannish in power. Through their fractious relationship, mage and outsider uncover an ancient secret that could change the course of magic forever, if it doesn't get them killed first. Sayana has defined her life by the pursuit of truth, but how much is one truth worth with the fate of civilization in the balance?" Almost got through that unscathed. Only stumbled a couple of times. It's fine. That's a long blurb for a book. But this just sounds so amazing. I like that we have the academia side of things, but it's more like the high academia instead of kids going to college, you know? Although it feels like we get a little bit of that. I don't know. I'm really excited to pick this up. It's also a standalone, which is great. The other 2 books I've picked out are not, but it's fine. If you didn't know, in 2026, I am trying very hard to get my series under control, so I'm trying not to start too many, but I feel like for the book club, it's fine. I can let those slide. The pick for March and April is one that I am honestly quite nervous to read about. I picked up another book by this author a couple of years ago and DNF'd it, not because I thought it was bad or anything, I just did not like the way the main character made me feel, and we will leave it at that. But the book that we'll be reading for March and April is Bunny by Mona Awad. Like I said, I'm very nervous, but I'm going to go into this with an optimistic mindset and hope that I really, really enjoy it. So the blurb is as follows. Samantha Heather Mackey couldn't be more of an outsider in her small, highly selective MFA program at New England's Warren University. A scholarship student who prefers the company of her dark imagination to that of most people, she is utterly repelled by the rest of her fiction-writing cohort, a clique of unbearably twee rich girls who call each other Bunny, and seem to move and speak as one. But everything changes when Samantha receives an invitation to the Bunny's fabled smut salon, and finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, ditching her only friend Ava in the process. As Samantha plunges deeper and deeper into the Bunny's sinister yet saccharine world, beginning to take part in the ritualistic off-campus workshop where they conjure their monstrous creations, the edges of reality begin to blur. Soon her friendships with Ava and the bunnies will be brought to deadly collision. So that sounds so intriguing, but like I said, I don't have the best past with this author, but I've also only tried one book by her, so I want to give her a second chance and see if maybe some of her other works are for me, even if the one that I originally tried is not. And I've also heard that a lot of people love this, so it kind of made sense for the book club to be reading this because people had an interest in it. And for the May/June pick, like I said, this is another start of a series, but it's also one that I am very excited about, but also apprehensive about. So it's kind of the middle ground between the first two picks in terms of my thoughts and feelings towards it. But the pick is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This has a King Arthur twist to it, and I love King Arthur, so I'm very excited to see how that plays out. But if you want a little more information than just that, here is the blurb. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape, until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energies, a secret society of so-called legend-born students that hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage's failure unlocks Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows that there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiates. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or to join the fight. Again, almost made it through there, messed up right at the end. Very long blurb. Anyway, this is exciting. I feel like it's also a little bit different from the other two in that it is YA, and both Bunny and Blood Over Brighthaven are adult books, so like I said, we're getting a little bit more variation in there. But yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up, and I hope you guys are as well. So that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know which of these 3 books you're most excited to read, and don't forget to join the Discord server if you want to have a larger discussion with the rest of us as we read this. But we have now come to the end of the video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.